See, he could have left that part out. Good evening. Good evening. I'm Tony Covington, and I am Underdog. I am Underdog because today is the beginning of the rest of my life. I will not let my past keep me prisoner, but I will use it as a stepping stone to a bright future. I am Underdog because I believe in me. And even in my darkest hour, I know without any doubt that I'm never alone. I will overcome because I know that I can. And if I were you, I wouldn't bet against me. I'm a winner. I'm a survivor. I am Underdog. I would like to thank you all for having me here this evening. George Morris, my kindred brother in arms. Our journey together has been awesome. As Tyrone and I were talking a little bit earlier, we wish we had a George Morris when we were here. So thank you for your passion. The times when I needed to lean on you as we were trying to get things together to save these young men, help them become greater men. Thank you for the blessing of your friendship. Thank you all supporters for being a part of FCA, because without your investment in the cause, it would be a shell of what it is today. Now, you may say, Tony, how are you an underdog? Graduated from the University of Virginia, you had a pretty good career where you were here, all-conference, honorable mention All-American. You played in the NFL for 5 years. You've raised millions of dollars for nonprofit organizations, and you've changed lives. How in the world are you considered an underdog? I'm an underdog because all of my life, they always underestimated me. And they always doubted me. When I was a kid, it was, he's too small to play, he's not fast enough, he's not quick enough. Nah, proved them wrong. I remember 9th grade, I believe. I thought I was the man, but I was about 5'3" and a half, 115 pounds. And I thought I was gonna be a hoop star. I had mad game, or so I thought. Then I had a minor growth spurt of 5'7", my second year, my sophomore year in high school. But the thing about me, I may have been the smallest on the block, or not the fastest, but I had so much passion, and I refused to be outworked. That's one of the things that I impart upon the guys that I talk to that come to UVA, the ones that I mentor, that kind of buy into what I'm trying to tell them. It's always refuse to be outworked. If you refuse to be outworked, it's amazing what good things will happen to you. Now, the core of Underdog is faith, family, and friendship. I am going to tell you that I am not a perfect individual. I am flawed, but I am his. He has been the staple, he has been the constant in my life. When I wasn't so sure, the times when I veered to the left or veered to the right, I knew where the straight and steady road was. It was always through my Lord and Savior. It was to him that I had to fall on my knees when I lost my mother at 47 years old to breast cancer. Now, I was angry with God when he took my mother. I felt like he had made a mistake. All these crazy people doing crazy things in this world. How could you take an angel who all she did was serve? She lived to serve. And I would get on my mother's case. Mom, they're using you. Stop giving away your money. We weren't rich. But she always had this smile. They called her Smiley. She could light up a room. And that's what she did for people. She was an angel on this earth. And it took a journey of spiritual growth for me to understand that God doesn't make mistakes. That he needed an angel, that's why he took her. He said, you know what? I need her with me, Tony. But how did I get there? It was growth. It was me losing my mother a week before I was to go to Tampa to make my way on a football team, not knowing anybody. I got to Tampa and it was very lonely. I was in my playbook, but I was mad at God. I didn't pray anymore. I didn't go to chaplain. I take that back. I went to the chaplain service, but I just sat there. I wasn't involved. And then I had so much success my rookie year. So much success. Led all rookies in interceptions and tackles. It was all about me. I'm the man. But you know what? I was partying. I was acting a fool. I was lost. But I was successful. The following season, they wanted to redo my contract, and they said, hey, Tony, you've got a bright future with us. We want to sign you to a long-term deal. Great. We're going to move you to free safety from strong safety. We'll see how you make the transition. We'll do the deal the Monday after the first game. Great. I'm excited. The night before that first game, I had a terrible dream. My mom was running away from me. I couldn't catch her. I remember waking up, looking at my roommate, and just going to the bathroom and just saying, I don't know what's going on. The game starts, and I'm at a fever pitch. Ty talked about that passion. It was on 80. I was so intense. 15-yard penalty in the first half for unnecessary roughness. It was just crazed. I remember looking up at the clock. It's about to be halftime. I recognize the formation. I blow my knee out. Nobody touched me. Now, I missed one game my entire college career from injury. One. And there I was on the natural grass, nobody around me, and I blow my knee out. Needless to say, the contract didn't happen the next day. So there I was, surgery, September 8th. All I heard was the doctor saying, you might not make it back. You may never play again. Man, this is the same story people have been saying all my life. So once again, I've got to prove somebody wrong. Okay, I'm game for the task. By Thanksgiving, I was at home in North Carolina at my high school. You heard Ty talk about that bank, that hill. I stood there, 32 degrees, nobody but me, in the rain, running that hill, fighting that hill. I went back to Tampa. I came home for Christmas, and for the first time, I hit my knees and said, Lord, I cannot do this alone. I understand that I need you. I remember standing up, and I felt like the weight of the world had been lifted off my shoulders. I felt brand new. I just remember smiling. But he wasn't done with me yet. So go into that off season. I'm hyped, I'm ready. Training camp starts. I remember that first inside drill. They said, uh-oh, he's back. But he still had some more work for me to do. So I missed another season for injury. But see, this time, I was a little more grounded with it because I started to understand in his spiritual growth that he has a plan for me. So when he's ready for me to get back on the field, then he'll tell me that I'm ready to be back on that field and not before. So there have been a series of instances that have happened in my life where it wasn't the best thing, it was adversity, but each time I understood that I was never alone. And when I look back on it, I realized the blessings that came out of each instance. When we're going through adversities, it does not feel good. But when we step back and take a look at it, think about what you learned in the process. Yes, our steps are already ordered. Yes, I struggled. One of my favorite Bible verses is Isaiah 30:21. If you should leave the path and go astray, you will hear a voice say, no, this is the way, walk here. Because Tony Covington would be walking hand in hand with the Lord, we're talking, we're having a great time, and I hear the world calling me. And I say, oh, they look like they're having fun. So, I'll be right back. And before I know it, there I am in the sticker bras, and he just looking down, shake his head, reach, pull me out, dust me off, pull the thorns out my backside, put my hand back in, and we continue to walk. Because see, when you have a relationship with God, it's not the end of the world when you fall, as we all do. Oh, Daniel Hammond stood back up here. My bad, I'm sorry. I was just playing. But yeah, so there we are, walking again. When you have that relationship, it's not woe is me. Because he said he would never leave me nor forsake me. And I gotta trust in that. He has been the constant, no matter what I've been through. My adversities and my blessings are different from your adversities and your blessings. But they are adversities and blessings nonetheless. And it's about how we respond to them that defines who we are. I am a firm believer in expressing your truth. I wrote a book, I Am Underdog, A Journey of Adversity and Blessings. And I was so nervous to write that book because I was opening myself up for scrutiny. But ultimately, you know what? If I didn't sell one book and it didn't do well, it was my truth. And I'm okay with my truth. A couple of truths. I almost died at birth from pneumonia. My first marriage failed. The man that was my father, my biological father, never came to see me when I was born. So the only dad that I know is Archie Covington, because he adopted me when my mother was pregnant with me. I've never shared that in open space. But it's my truth, and I'm good with it. I was angry with God. I just told you about it. That's my truth. One thing about me, I am real, I am genuine, I am authentic. I am a child of God, and I am thankful for every breath that I take, because I have a firm understanding that it is a gift. Every morning I can wake up and get up, lace my shoes up and get on that treadmill. That's a gift. Because somebody is not going to rise and shine today. So every moment I get is a blessing. I need you to know that. I need you to take nothing for granted. Nothing. Because tomorrow is promised to none of us. I want to leave you with a couple of things. There is life in every breath. So to thine own self be true. Never stray away from who you are to fit in with the masses. To thine own self be true. I tell my children, you don't have to worry about fitting in. You're a star on your own. To thine own self be true. Trust God in all things. Lay your burdens at his feet and walk away. Don't revisit. Because the human side of us, we want to go and say, well, Lord, I'm going to grab this one. No, no. Keep walking away and trust that he's going to take care of it for you. There's a quote by Najla Zebian that nails this perfectly. She says, these mountains that you are carrying, you are only meant to climb. That's what God is talking about. Give them to me. I will bear them for you. We make a life by what we give. George, I'm going to be one of the 19 tonight.
Amen.
That's real. We make a life by what we give. I've spent 18 years working for nonprofits. I used to get on my mom about being used and all the serving that she was doing. Don't you know I'm the same way? I didn't know it was a hereditary thing. And while the bank account may not be rich, I am so wealthy in the things that I have done, in the lives that I've impacted and helped to change. I'm a big believer in that dash that's between when we're born and when we go to Christ. How do you want to be remembered in that dash? How do you want to be remembered? Remember to live in between there. Remember to make a difference in people's lives if you can. Take that back. When you can, because there is no if. It's just about a commitment to do it. Stay focused on it. Stay true to it. So when I go home to meet my Savior, I want them to say, you know what? Here lies Tony Covington. He was a guy that always fought the good fight. He shared his truth. He dedicated his life to service. And he effected positive change in the lives of people. If that's what they say about me, I will have lived a life well lived. And I'm so okay with that. I'm so happy to be here again to share with you all. Remember Isaiah 30:21. Remember Hebrews 11:6. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. Nobody said it was going to be easy. But it will always be worth it. Thank you all very much.